All right, that was my man R Tistic. Yeah. And in the studio today we got R Tistic.
What's going on, man?
Good, man. How you doing?
Doing well. Doing very well.
Thank you for blessing the studio today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
And you brought a very lovely young lady as well, by the name of Johanna Sears.
Yes, sir.
She's the lead in background vocals that you heard. Johanna, how you doing today?
I'm doing well.
Good, good. Thank you for coming to the show.
Absolutely.
All right, so tell me a little bit, artistic about this particular song that you just laid down.
Thug and Me track, man. You know, music is losing, or it's acclaimed to be losing its vibe, its spunk, and I wanted to bring it back with kind of like that Earth, Wind, and Fire type vibe, and put some real lyrics behind it, and give something everybody that they can relate to. You know what I'm saying? Some kind of dancey, some kind of club, but something hot at the same time.
Right, right. And you just recently recorded this, correct?
I recorded that actually 5 years ago. 5 years ago? Yeah,
okay.
Just now released. That's why it's the remix.
Okay, so it's just released. Just released a remix.
Exactly.
But you've done this. Okay, all right. So tell me a little bit about your background. You come from Richmond, Indiana.
Indiana, man, the corn state.
How's it like growing up in Richmond, Indiana, man? How'd you get into hip hop?
It's hard, man. That's what it is. It's hard. There's nobody there that really does it and does it well. You know, we're known for basketball, which I do that too, but
right.
Musically, yeah, it's non-existent.
Okay. Now you didn't really get into hip hop until you were basically in 6th grade. Tell us a little bit about your influence.
I'm influenced by everything.
Okay.
There's nothing that I don't listen to. I like, you know, I'm a big fan of Eminem just because I like people who put their actual personal experiences in their music. Talk about what's real, not, you know, bang bang shoot 'em up. That's all well and good, but if you're not actually killing nobody or you ain't in jail, you don't need to be talking about that. So I'm influenced by people that really got something to say.
Right, right. Now you say that your genre is quote unquote revolutionary and innovative music.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I can switch in and out of characters, kind of like being an actor.
Okay.
You know, it's like doing drama to a horror film and being scared, or being able to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
That's what my music is like. I can jump in and out. So you know, I might give you something poppy and something that's really dancing, and I might give you something that's really dark and something kind of more vicious, where I want you to hear the lyrics and not so much the hook. That's what I mean by that.
Okay. Let's take it back a little bit. Let's go back to like when you first started doing your music. Your first single was Bob Your Head. You did that as a freshman. Now, you said here that Chief Deezy was your influence. Tell us a little bit how that kind of came to fruition.
My cousin, Cajun, man, he had this boy, Chief, and Chief was the man back in the day, and he used to, way back, Maxell's cassette tapes was hot back then. Mm-hmm. He would make the beats and put them on the tape, and then he would give them to me, and then I would go home, I'll write to him, and that's pretty much how it all came to be until I got my own equipment.
Okay. And your artist that you're signed with right now is All Around Entertainment.
Correct.
And you just recently signed with them, is that?
I recently signed with them, yes, sir.
Okay. And the lovely lady that you're here with, Johanna Sears, you signed with them too, right? And have you been with them for as long as my man R Tistic?
I've been working with R Tistic for a couple months now.
You've been working with them for a couple months, and how's that coming along?
It's coming along fantastic. I looked around at a lot of different companies, and probably 4 in one day, the day that I met R Tistic here. And it was immediate. I mean, we met probably for, 3 hours?
3 hours.
Had a lot to talk about, on the same page. I like and IHOP. And we had water.
And so you did a little bit of shopping around trying to find exactly the right. What were you looking for in I guess, an entertainment company that represented you?
I was looking for a company that believes in the individual and the individual artist, and not puts you in a box and you need to conform to this certain thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to me, that's not art.
Okay.
So, you know, when I met R Tistic, that just clicked. You know, if I want to do rock and roll one day and country the next, or mix it up, or hip hop or jazz, then we can do that. That's art. So
that's awesome. And speaking of diversity, artistic, you quite a diverse background of musical taste. It says here that looking at your bio, it says you like anything and everything from opera to Latin to classical to even country.
Very true. I want to clear that up though. I don't buy everything. I'll be real. I'll be honest. I primarily stick to the urban influences, but I listen to everything. I got a song I sampled, Mark Anthony. I didn't get the clearances on that track yet.
Okay.
But it's that song actually from the Man on Fire joint. I don't even know what that song's called.
I got you. Yeah, that's pretty hot. That's a pretty hot track. So it says some of your influences are Dr. Dre, T.I., Twilip Kweli. Anybody now? Listening to your music and the people out there that, you know, when they get to hear some more of your music, I get a lot of Tribe Called Quest when I listen to your Little Black Eyed Peas, definitely. But who are some of your main influences? You mentioned Eminem already.
Yeah, Eminem is a huge one. Tupac is one of my favorite artists. Biggie. You know, like I said, any and everybody. I like, you know, I'm still old school, you know, from Big Daddy Kane, LL.
Right.
But as far as like what's new and what's out now, there's only a select few as far as true people that's doing it. That Nas record, Hip Hop Is Dead, was really what I'm trying to capture here with what we're trying to do, trying to really bring it back and revive this music we love.
So that was a big influence, Nas's Hip Hop Is Dead.
Correct.
A big influence on your musical styles. And you say you're pretty versatile. You call yourself the chameleon. You're the chameleon in the game. So tell the people out there what you mean when you call yourself the chameleon.
Well, just being able to change. One of my biggest things is I don't want ever somebody to hear a track of mine and say, man, that sounds like a joint you did on your previous records. That cannot happen.
Okay.
You know, it's always got to be new. It's always got to be something different. And a lot of record companies don't push what's challenging or what's not out there. They want to conform to what you hear.
Right.
Whereas we have the flexibility and the ability to always come with that new sound and attempt to try it out in the market.
Okay. Yeah, you have a quote here, I guess, that kind of goes along with what you just said. It says, if 2 songs of mine sound alike, I failed you. You really mean that?
I mean that.
Okay.
That if I have something, and I always pass, like most artists, you let your immediate family, friends hit the track before everybody else hears it. And they know what's in like the repertoire of what I've done, and I always ask them, like, does that sound like anything? If you heard of me before? And hopefully the answer is no. If it ain't, then we gotta go back to the lab. So that's how that goes.
And what are some of your goals that you want to accomplish, say within the next couple years with All Around Entertainment?
I want to put All Around Entertainment, on the map. As far as to be that next big thing. I actually got a crazy idea. I want to be able to make a new genre of talent, of artistry, if that makes sense. Like you got pop, and most people put it in just a pop category.
Right.
But you got actually artists like Missy Elliott or that like T-Pain that do all these different things. It's not really pop necessarily. It's all around. That's what they do.
Right.
So that's where I would like to be.
Now you also mentioned that you don't just put together records. You also produce records, right?
Produce records, songwrite, sing. Yes, sir.
So one of your influences is kind of Timbaland. You kind of trying to get on that Timbaland joint a little bit.
Timbaland has been doing this for a long time, and to be able to have a resume like his would be very honorable. You know, it's something I definitely want to do.
Right.
He's got the Justin Timberlake type of sound, Future Seven Left sound. You think back to Aaliyah, he was producing those records. You know, very versatile producer.
Okay. Anything that you're doing in particular that would make you stand out right now with your music over some of the other, a lot of the R&B artists, hip hop artists that are coming up right now?
Right now, networking with people that a lot of artists aren't networking with. Comedians, for example, trying to put together variety performances to where it basically like an all-around entertainment, all-around talent type of event. You got different classy events that we put forth. So that is something different that my friends and fans can expect from me.
All right. Now tell me a little bit about the state of the music today. You kind of already gave a little bit of your opinion, but I want you to kind of elaborate, like what's going on with all this stuff, like with auto-tune and all this stuff, man. What is it? What is it?
Okay. I'm not gonna hate on nobody. So let me just say that first and foremost. I don't want nobody to get it misconstrued, but being an artist and an artist that puts a lot of time into their music, anybody can go on Fruity Loops nowadays and just do a beat, bum, 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 bum. You know, anybody can do that. Anybody can make a little beat like that and throw some lyrics on top of it. Anybody. That's not, for me, what I call talent. And I don't think that if, honestly, there's a lot of artists, if Tupac was still here today,